Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pull List. This is kind of turning into a weekly thing, and I'm enjoying it. Josh and I will continue to keep talking about comic books and everything on the show, but we also understand that not everybody has a chance to tune into a hour and 45 minute, 2 hour live show to hear about comic books. So I think I'm going to continue doing this for a while as a scaled down version. That way, you can just kind of watch it whenever, and you can get to the heart of what you're actually wanting to see, which are the books. Um, right off the bat, I do want to start out by saying that this coming Saturday, May 6th, 2023, is Free Comic Book Day. If you're local to the area, come on out to Haven. We are going to have food trucks. We are doing our annual food drive for Manor House. Jeremy Bernal will be there doing free sketches for everyone. Um, Among the food trucks, we'll also have the Baskin Robbins ice cream truck, and that's always a plus. So, but before we get started with the comics, one more thing. If you like this type of content and you like shorts and all that good stuff, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We do post shorts daily. We'll continue with the pull list on a weekly basis. It may come out on Thursdays. It may come out on Fridays after the interview with whoever we're interviewing that week. And we will continue doing shop talk. Plus, this coming Sunday, Tom Price will be back with Lines on a Page, where I believe he's drawing Goku, or he may be drawing Son Goku for anime. And that's about it for my announcements. Let's get started with the books. We got the store folio, so let's do this. Had another really good, healthy week with comics. I enjoy it when I have a big stack of comics each week. That's always fun. That is a healthy stack. If you are local and you are coming to Haven for Free Comic Book Day, make sure you go pester Jeremy Bernal for stickers. He does have stickers if he brings them. And get your store folios all did up. Make it you. So, let's get started. Right off the top, we're going with Vanish, issue number 6. In this particular issue, Oliver, our hero, anti-hero, whatever we want to call him at this point, definitely the underdog that we all want to root for. He has gone home to talk to his wife. She's made comments about he was happier when he was in the hospital. She felt like he was doing better when he's in the hospital, but now he's brought all this back around. There are some revelations in this issue. Basically, we find out that his wife has pretty much been protecting him since he was smaller when they were going to the magic school together. Overall, this was another solid issue. Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman paired together. That is just an absolute winning combination right there. The art is beautiful. Donnie Cates has done a really good job with the story so far. We do get a minor revelation toward the end of it. I don't want to spoil anything, but Oliver's life could change drastically one way or the other, even without the magic battles he has going on. Vanish issue number 6. It was another fun read, another great outing by Cates and Stegman. Next up on our list, we have Detective Comics, issue 1071. So in this issue, we find out exactly what Talia told Bruce in the previous issue. He's more like remembering that story in this issue, just as they're getting ready. The Bat family is getting ready for a battle. We do get a really cool story. It's more of a historical story that involves her father, Ra's al Ghul, which is really good. I've said this once, I've said it 100 times, and I'll continue to say it. When Ram V took over Detective Comics, I really wasn't thrilled, but I stayed with it. I kept with it. I went through the entire, not the entire story because he's still telling it, but the further he goes, oh my God, I'm so glad I stayed with it. Detective Comics has definitely been a fun read. He took the time. He's done this right. It feels like Detective Comics. It feels like a Bat title. I don't know about y'all, and if you don't agree with me, please say so in the comments, and we can kind of get a debate started on it. But I've always felt like Detective Comics should be the little bit darker version of Batman, should be the darker of the two main Bat titles. And I feel like that he's definitely on track with that. We're getting deeper, richer, darker stories, and I'm really enjoying what Ram V's doing with Detective Comics. Next up, we have Dawn of DC, Action Comics, issue number 1054. This issue, we do have Superman versus Metallo, but we also have 3 stories in this particular issue. I did not read, to be honest with y'all, I did not read the 3rd story, which involves Steel. I was never really a big Steel fan. Not that there's anything wrong with the character, but I remember the reign of Superman when all those characters were getting introduced, and I really enjoyed it, but I just kind of fell off of Steel after that. This particular issue, Superman is doing what Superman does. He's got to fight Metallo, but he's also trying to help Metallo because he knows that there's something going on with him. It's just nothing is right. I'm enjoying what they're doing with the Super Family in this. I like the fact that Jonathan Kent feels responsible for one of the twins running off. Then he feels like he has to be the one to find them. He has to be the one that helps. I really like what Johnson, what he's doing with the story as far as the family's concerned. So, yeah, this one has been really good so far. I'm liking the new direction with Superman that they're taking with him with Dawn of DC, and I can't wait to get it more. I mean, it's just one of those titles. I feel like with Action Comics, with the richness of the story and the fact that they're kind of taking Superman in a direction that he should be going in, I feel like one of the core titles is truly coming back to us, at least from my perspective. And I could be wrong because I know a lot of people have always enjoyed Action Comics. I kind of fell off, jumped back on, fell off, jumped back on. Right now I'm back on, and I like the direction they're going with it. Next up, for those of you that have been reading these, you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that hadn't been reading them, give me a second and I'll try to explain it. We have Alien, issue number 1 from Marvel. For the people that have been reading it, you know what the issue number 1 is. For the people that have not been reading it, what we're getting with Marvel on the Alien series right now, yes, this is number 1, but at the same time, it's not number 1. Marvel has started putting out the Alien comics, and really and truly what we're getting like a 6-issue story arc, and then they start over. A 6-issue story arc, and then they start over. But it's always different characters. The only character that stays the same is the Xenomorph, or maybe other Xenomorphs. I've really enjoyed what Marvel's been doing with it. I am an Alien fan. I have always loved the movies. I've always thought they were great, and you can let your hate flow and send all your anger emails to nick@twobrotherscomics.com. I loved Prometheus. I thought that was the best movie. It's actually one of my easily top 5 favorite movies of all times. But in this particular issue of Alien, we've just started a brand new arc. It's not too late to jump on, number 1. It actually takes place on a ice planet, and basically we have 3 people on the ice planet as of right now. They've been trying to get off the planet. Not that they're stranded or anything. They're just waiting on the company that they work for to come get them. They're searching for water is what they're actually searching for on the ice planet. And I say an ice planet, it's like a planet, it's just everything's frozen over, so I'm calling it an ice planet. But during one of the excavations, they actually find a face hugger, and we're kind of there, and we find out that the company, oh, good Lord, not literally just Wayland Yuta literally just bought out the company that this family works for, and they have shown up out of nowhere. We all know what Wayland's up to. We know how that's going to go. Can't wait to see how it goes, though. These have been really fun to read if you're an Alien fan. I don't know if y'all can see it. Well, no, you can't see it, but yeah, there is an Alien box back there that I keep my Alien comics in. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a fan. But the thing about it is, Marvel has definitely kept these kid-friendly. I don't think that there's really and truly anything in there. I mean, my 12-year-old, I'll let her read it if she wants to. But as far as younger kids are concerned, I think more when we get into the Xenomorphs, it might be a little bit too much for them. But still, if you're into Alien and you're into things like that and you just want to pick up an Alien book, keep in mind, we're really and truly not reading these books to see the main characters actually survive. We're really and truly reading them for the Xenomorphs themselves. That's ultimately what we want. You know, you kind of have 2 bad guys. We've got Wayland and we got Xenomorphs, and they're kind of, you know, they're never going to fight well, yeah, they would fight each other in a roundabout way. But that's kind of what it is. So, yeah, the Aliens are definitely good. And I feel like they're holding true to the franchise, which is a definite plus. Next up on the list, we have, surprise, it's an AWA comic book. Trojan, issue 4 of 4. I absolutely hated this comic book, and let me tell you why I hated this comic book. Because it was so perfectly done, and they gave it the perfect ending. It is definitively over with, and that makes me mad because this story was perfect. This was a great story. Solid art. Loved everything about it. Loved everything about it except the end of it because it is a definitive end. Basically, all three Furies are together now. There's your spoiler. The Furies are together. We don't actually see them hook up and get together as far as the main battle is concerned. We see them together afterwards with all the but that's more like kind of in the future with the Fae have been accepted in society, the Fae, the legends, whatever you want to call them. They are, and the Furies are kind of there. They're more like the protectors. I thought that this was perfectly done. I would love to see more. The reason why it's called Trojan, for those of y'all that are not reading this, is it's basically a play on the whole Trojan horse strategy. That's exactly what she did to get to where she wanted. They could easily bring the Furies back to fight together and to fight another big bad if they wanted to. I really hope that AWA visits these characters again in the future. It was dark, it was gritty, it was violent, definitely not a kid's book, but it's everything that an adult collector wants in a book. This would actually, if the story was dragged out more, it would make a really good ongoing series, or even possibly some type of Netflix series. Just the writing, Daniel Kraus, so good. You just cannot get enough of what they did with this one, and I'm mad at them because it's over with. That's the only thing I did not like about it, was we got a definitive end. Next up on the docket, we have Dead Romans, issue number 2. I'm not even going to insult y'all with trying to pronounce some of the names in these books. I just can't do it. I'm a redneck from Alabama. We know when we can't speak straight. But another solid issue, another great issue. Love what Kennedy is doing with the writing style. Love the direction he's going in. In this particular issue, we do have pretty much the Romans are surrounded. They know they're surrounded. They're trying to gather together. They are, this character right here, I'm not even going to attempt to say her name. She does not want to accept the fact that her boyfriend, lover, husband, well, soon-to-be husband, fiance, could possibly betray Rome. She doesn't want to accept that. She has a job that she has to do. She has something that she's been tasked with doing, and that's exactly what she plans on doing. You definitely see her determination is kind of influencing some of the other men, which is really good. Once you read the story, you'll understand why. I feel like we're kind of getting a little bit more toward almost, those woods are haunted, or it's some type of legend, which is really good. I think that right there would be a great battle strategy, a battle plan. And I know that this is actually based on a real historical battle. So, and I cannot think of the name of that battle right now, which, sorry, I do apologize for that, but it is what it is. But this is definitely a great read. Y'all need to be picking this up because this is a series that can actually go for a while. I would definitely pick this up so we can get a second story arc by Image Comics. That would be just awesome. Next up, we got the feel good, we got the fun read. We've got Dungeons and Dragons Saturday Morning Cartoons, issue number 2, or Saturday Morning Adventures. Sorry. Once again, it was fun. It feels like you're reading an issue of the actual cartoon itself. I like the fact that nobody's really and truly getting along. Nobody's really and truly on the same page. Some of them are kind of on the same page. They're really not on the same page with Eric. Everybody's kind of going back and forth. I think that this right here is just a fun addition to the mythos. It's a fun companion piece to the to the cartoon. I think I read somewhere that this is supposed to be an untold story of the cartoon, or it happens within that time. Well, it definitely has to happen within that time frame. So we can pretty much expect the kids are not going to get home in this. We know they're not. There are references to Venger and some of the other characters, but this is only issue number 2, and I think getting 5 or 6 issues. I'm not for sure. So this was definitely another fun one. Next up, we have, I'm going to save this one right here for just another minute or two. We have Tales of Nottingham number 3. Another fantastic outing by Mad Cave Studios. I really enjoyed the backstory that we got with Maid Marian on this one. I like the fact that they have taken Maid Marian from the Robin Hood legend, and she's not just a damsel in distress. There's a lot more to her. The character is really deep. She is conniving. She does know how to work the situation. She is one of those types that those around her are playing checkers and she's playing chess. I love that about her character, and I like that we got some more of the backstory of what's actually going on in there. So this was another great one by Mad Cave Studios. Cannot say enough good things about Mad Cave or AWA. If y'all haven't noticed over time, Josh and I definitely support independent comics. That's just kind of our thing. I know that not everybody's into independent comics, but 2 companies that you definitely cannot go wrong with are Mad Cave and AWA. And that's not to say there's anything about the other, anything bad about the others. I mean, love IDW. They're doing some good stuff over there, but my 2 favorite right now are Mad Cave and AWA. Tales of Nottingham, issue number 3. I know that they've got some trade paperbacks and everything out for Nottingham, if y'all haven't been reading that. Nottingham is basically a different spin on the Robin Hood legend. It's a little bit grittier. It's I don't want to necessarily say darker, but it's definitely a lot more grown-up version of the story as far as what they're trying to tell with the whole London is sick saying that they have in there. It's definitely a Robin Hood that the adult will enjoy, but the kid in you will be like, yeah, that's the Robin Hood that I wanted to see. It's definitely not Kevin Costner, Prince of Thieves Robin Hood. That's just not happening in this book. I would definitely highly recommend going to their website or even your local comic book store and see if they can order you the trades on it if you have not read it. It's a fun read, and Tales from Nottingham is not a book that you have to read to understand the main title. Tales of Nottingham, so far with the 3 issues they put out, has been a really good companion piece. You're getting a little bit more of the backstory for different characters that you didn't actually get in the main title, which is always fun because it does make those characters, it kind of fleshes them out more, so to speak, which that was really good. Next up, we have Wildcats, issue number 6. Wildcats is what it is. I mean, we're not reading Wildcats because we need like this really deep, in-depth story, earth-shattering, Eisner Award-winning. We're not reading that. We're reading it for the Wildcats. We want to see Grifter do what Grifter does. And in this issue, Grifter's back and he is starting to push back into what he does. For those of you that are wondering what I mean by Grifter's back, you really need to read up to this point. I'm not going to spoil too much of that for you. But there was a couple of nice cameos in this. If you have not read the issue yet, here's your time to kind of skip. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1. Backlash. We finally get Backlash in here. Love Backlash. He was one of my favorites way back in the day when Image was getting started out. We have a nice cameo of Backlash that was just awesome. When I say cameo, it's a little more drawn out than that. He's definitely in a few panels, couple pages. Something does happen with Spartan and Deathblow that I thought was really cool. It was a really nice twist. Never saw that coming. Spartan is now more deadly than ever. And when you read it, you will understand what I'm talking about. Cannot wait to see how they end up wrapping this up. I think it's going to be 8, maybe 10 issues. I'm not sure. Not sure, really don't care how many issues it is, because however many issues they do is not going to be enough. Just mindless fun. That's all there is to it. I mean, just great stuff. Grifter does something at the end of this book that when you see the last few panels of it, you're going to be like, yeah, dude, you probably shouldn't have done that. This is not going to start out well in issue 7 for you. But we'll have to see where that goes. Next up, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I had no intentions of buying this book whatsoever. I saw it and I thought, whatever. I saw it on the shelf and I thought, whatever, until I looked back at it and I thought, man, that Cover art's pretty slick. I'm liking that. I need to check that out. We have Dawn of DC, Green Arrow, issue number 1. So, in full disclosure, I've never been a Green Arrow fan. Not a big one, really. My first introduction to Green Arrow was way back in the day when Batman the Dark Knight came out. That was truly my first introduction to Green Arrow. He was just never a character I really paid attention to. The majority of what I know about him, I learned from the TV show Arrow with Stephen Amell. I really don't know how comic accurate that was, and I really don't care how comic accurate that was. Once again, send your hate email to Nick. Because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the TV show. I enjoyed what they did. I want to say it was kind of that wonky third season I didn't enjoy too much, but other than that, maybe it was the fourth season. But by picking up DC's Dawn of DC Green Arrow issue number 1, I really enjoyed it. I didn't have a lot of expectations going into it. I liked the art. I liked what Josh Williamson did with it. I liked the family aspect of it. I thought that was really good. The interior art was fantastic too. There was definitely enough to the story to make me want to read more. I did not realize that Arsenal was pretty much had his own kids and everything now. That shows you how little I know about the Roy, Arsenal, Speedy, whatever you want to call him, how much I actually know about those characters. I knew that Green Arrow had a child named Connor, but I also learned that from the TV show. But I really did like it. I mean, I thought it was a solid read. This is actually only going to be 6 issues. I don't know if they're going to do like the 6 issues break, then 6 issues. But I do know that this is going to be a minimum of 6 issues. I'm definitely adding this to the pull list because I figure 6 issues, I'm going to get a complete arc. I enjoyed it enough. I enjoyed the art. I really, really, really want to see which direction Williamson is going to take DC in. Especially now after we found out that Jim Lee has extended his contract and has kind of moved on up in the world of DC even further than what he was. I want to see how Jim Lee and Josh Williamson start shaping these characters and what their plans are for the future. So yeah, I do recommend, like I said, 6 issues. Pick it up. It's not like you're going to be really taxing the wallet or anything. Last but certainly not least, Daredevil issue number 10. My God, Chip Zdarsky can tell a story. Chip Zdarsky is not a writer. Everybody just needs to stop right now. Chip Zdarsky is not a writer. That man is a storyteller. And for those of you that read a lot of books outside of comics, like novels and stuff, you truly understand what I mean by that. And he proves it in this issue. We do have Daredevil and Elektra pretty much squaring off against the Avengers. It was a great issue, and I am opening it for one particular reason. There was one scene in here where Daredevil is basically fighting Spider-Man, and he is telling, I need to find it right quick. Oh, where'd it go? I know I'm not going to be able to find it. But he's basically talking about how Spider-Man is meant to be the best of them. He really and truly does not want to hurt him. He does not want to do what he has to do, but at the same time, Daredevil is the king of the fist now. He does have these king godlike abilities. All of his senses are amplified moreover. So there's really not a whole lot of people that can stop him. He's trying to get to the book. He feels like his new, and for those of you that read it understand what I'm saying. He feels like his new mission is to now destroy the book, but he's got to get away from everybody to do that. And everybody that's on the island with him believe in him so much. Some of them are sacrificing themselves for him. Elektra sacrifices herself for him. Not in a sacrifice she's going to die type way, but she just basically holds everybody up so she can. I am going to flip because I cannot find that one scene right now that I wanted to tell y'all about. But Spider-Man does not want to hurt Daredevil. He doesn't even want to fight him. They talk throughout the entire thing, and it was very beautifully written. But we have this one scene, and I'm going to hold it up, and hopefully you'll be able to see it pretty good right here Spider-Man thinks that Daredevil is basically dead. He thinks he's being buried in the avalanche. But the art, the way it was written, he doesn't even scream Daredevil. He literally screams for Matt, his friend. Beautifully written. So well done. If you're not reading Daredevil, you're really and truly denying yourself a very gifted writer with a great story. I know that his run will be coming to an end soon, which maybe I need to like start a petition on change.org or something. I don't know. He needs to continue writing Daredevil for like the rest of our lives. That's just the way I feel about it. So, but that's the pull list for a week. That's kind of where we stand. Just to recap, Free Comic Book Day is coming up this Saturday, May 6th. If you're local to the area, please stop by. If you're not local to the area and you're just driving through, please stop by. Bring canned goods for the food drive. Make Jeremy draw you something. Get some free comic books. Hang out. We will be going live, so make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the notification. I have noticed that about 60% of our viewers are not subscribed as far as the videos and the live streams are concerned. We will be going live this weekend, so make sure that you don't miss that. But until Saturday, we will see y'all then.